Hi, third grade. Here is the Unit 7 Week 1 packet. The trick words you should be practicing and covering at home are color, I, only, very, every, July, they, and why. Let's take a look at the family letter to see what we will be learning in Unit 7. It says, Dear family, to kick off Unit 7, I will introduce students to the why and suffix spelling rule, which states that if a Y follows a consonant in an open syllable at the end of a word, it needs to be changed to an I when adding any suffix. The substituted I will sound like the original Y. So look at the word like empty plus the suffix ness. Notice it has a consonant and then a Y. Emptiness, you change the Y to an I and add your suffix. In addition, I will teach students that when a suffix begins with I, the Y does not change and the suffix is simply added. Oh, so if you're doing baby, even though there's a consonant and then a Y, since your suffix starts with an I, you are not going to want to have two I's together. So if your suffix starts with an I, you keep the Y and attach your suffix with an I. So babyish, you keep the Y and attach your suffix with an I. And emptiness, change the Y to an I and attach your suffix. And then here is how to mark words like that. As a part of this lesson, students will also learn how to pluralize words ending in Y. When a word ends in a Y after a consonant in an open syllable, students will know to follow the Y and suffix spelling rule by changing the Y to an I. They will then add ES to make the word plural, like family. Plural of that is families with the ES. Change the Y to an I and add ES. I will teach students that the suffix es says z when added to such words. Students will also learn how to pluralize words ending in an open syllable. They will add the es suffix to these words, like potato becomes potatoes, just attach the es. I hope you enjoy working on this unit and feel free to let me know how the activities are progressing at home. Okay, the first practice page says have your child combine the base words and suffixes into words and write them on the lines, and then read the words. So here they did for you, copy You have a consonant and then a Y, and you're attaching a suffix that does not start with an I. So for that, you change the Y in copy to an I and attach your suffix to get copier. Okay, let's go down this column first. Smelly plus Well, you have a consonant Y and a suffix that does not start with an I. So you change the Y in smelly. So it's going to be SMELLIER to make the word smellier. Okay, lucky plus Again, consonant Y and a suffix that doesn't start with an I. So you're going to change the Y to an I and attach ER. LUCKIER. Okay, now we have copy, but now look, we have a suffix that starts with an I. We don't want two I's in a word together. So we're going to just keep that Y. COPYING. Okay. Plenty, full. We have a consonant Y and a suffix that does not start with an a suffix that does not start with an I. So we're going to change this Y to an I. PLENTIFUL for plentiful. Okay. Here we have the base word baby, and the suffix starts with an I, so we can't have two I's. Keep this the same. BABYING for babying. Okay, here we have the base word sloppy, and the suffix ness, it doesn't start with an I. So change this Y to an I and add your suffix. It's going to be SLOPPINESS. And the last one there, fry plus the suffix ed. Notice it doesn't start with an I, so we have to change this Y to an I and add ed. FRIED. Okay, now it says find the correct spelling activity. Have your child look at each pair of words and circle the correct spelling in each pair. Then you're going to write the correct spelling on the lines below and read the word. Select one word and write a sentence. Okay, this is good. So we have two options up here. Frostiest, frostiest. Well, EST does not start with an I. That's our suffix. So they should have changed the Y to an I, correct. So you better be circling this one in that pair. And then don't forget, copy it on the line below correctly. Okay. Here we have married versus married. Again, ED is your suffix. That doesn't start with an I. So you need to change the Y in marry to an I and add your suffix. So again, it's this first one that we're going to circle, and you're going to write it on the line below. The next one in that row is studying. Now this time, ing, that does start with an I. So this time, we don't like the looks of that, do we? Two I's in a row. This time you keep the Y before adding ing. So we're going to circle that one. And again, copy it on the line below. And the last one, sloppiness. Okay. NESS does not start with an I. So they should have changed the Y in sloppy to an I, like they did here. This one is the correct spelling for sloppiness. Okay. And then when you get to your sentence, you can choose either frostiest, married, studying, or sloppiness. Okay. And make sure, does your sentence start with a capital and end with punctuation? Double check. Okay, the next practice page says, have your child divide each word into the base word and suffix. Do not forget to change the I in the base word back to a Y if needed. So empty is the base word here. They didn't put EMPTI. They changed it back to a Y because that's how you spell the base word empty. Write the base words on the lines below and then scoop the base word into syllables and mark the sound of the Y. Is it making the long E or the long I sound? Okay, so they have done these two words for an example. Base word is empty, the suffix is ED. And then they only copied the base word down and scooped it and marked the sound of the Y. Okay, same with crying. Okay, they wrote the base word down here, scooped it into syllables, and marked the sound of the Y. Okay. Okay, so this word, the base word is dry, and we want to change that I back to a Y. So it's DRY for the base word. And then obviously the suffix is ED. Okay. Oh, I'm not doing too good with my writing here. That's okay. Okay. Down here, then, all you have to put is the base word, which is DRY, dry. And it's one syllable, so it gets one scoop. What kind of syllable is it? Has the vowel making that long sound, so it's open. It's not closed in, and it's actually making the long I sound. Okay. Moving down. Actually, let's go across since that's the pattern they started up above. We have the word silliness. So our base word is silly. Again, we're changing that I back into the Y for the base word SILLY, silly. And this suffix is NESS. Okay, so down below, we're only doing the base word. So you're going to write the word silly. Now, hopefully you heard it has more than one syllable, so we need more than one scoop. In fact, we need L-Y, ly. Okay, sill is a short vowel. That syllable is closed. And this one is open. Now, silly, E-E, it's making the long E sound. Okay. All right. Let's go down to the next row. Baby-ish. The base word is baby, B-A-B-Y. That Y stays. Okay, and this suffix is ish, I-S-H. Okay, then down below on the lines, you're going to just write the base word again, which is baby, and baby. There's more than one syllable, so you got to give it more than one scoop. B-A-B-Y. We have bay in the first syllable. Now bay, A, is long. That's an open syllable. B, E, is long again, and that Y is making the long E sound there. Okay. This word is fried. So we have the word fry. We have to change that I back into the Y, F-R-Y, and we have the suffix ed. Down below, we're only writing the base word, F-R-Y, and you'll notice that that one is one syllable, fry. What kind of syllable is fry? Right, it's open. So it gets one scoop, mark it O for open, and that Y is making the long I sound this time. Okay, and I'm actually going to clear that screen so that I can scooch down. We have one more word here, coziness. There's my pen. So we need cozy, C-O-Z-Y is the base word. That's a Z. And then ness. Okay, now the word cozy is two syllables. We're going to just write the base word down below on this line here. C-O-Z. Do better on that Z, maybe. Y. Co-Z. Co-O, long O. That's open. Z, that sounds like a long E, and that's also an open syllable. And the last one is plentiful. So we have the base word plenty. If you have plenty of something, you have a lot. Plenty. You have enough. P-L-E-N-T. Change that I back into the Y just to make the base word. Okay, and then we have the consonant suffix F-U-L. Okay, so we're going to write one last base word down here. Plenty. Hopefully you can hear that's two syllables. Plenty. Okay, plen has a short plen. That's closed. T, that's a long vowel sounding. It actually sounds like the long vowel E again. Okay, and then the last thing you're going to do on this page is select two words and write a sentence below. I would be selecting words with the suffix attached. So maybe you want to pick fried or babyish or coziness or plentiful or the other ones up above. Okay, and make sure your sentence starts with a capital and ends with a period each time. Okay, for the next one, it just says read the sentences and write the correct sound-alike word from the box on the lines below. We have flower. We're going to circle that one in red, if it is that. And then let's select a different color, maybe purple, for flower, F-L-O-W-E-R. Now remember the difference. This is the ingredient that you use to bake. The white powdery thing in recipes often call for flour. And this is Flower, the plant, the living plant that grows. Okay? We use blank when we bake. Well, we just kind of said that's flour to bake with. He spilled flour for the cake all over himself. Well, when you're baking a cake, you're using flour again. The dried flower in the vase still has its reddish petals. Well, when you're talking about a vase and petals, those are keywords to help us know that that's flower, flower. Okay, number 4, be sure to buy the right kind of flour to make the very best cake. Well, again, that's for baking, flour. And number 5, put that flower by the sunniest spot on the wall. Well, you want it to be sunny so that it grows, right? Living flowers, flower, need sunlight to grow. Excellent. Now, scrolling down, you need to write one sentence for flour and one sentence for flower. The sentence should use the word correctly and demonstrate the meaning of the word. Check for capitalization and punctuation as well. Okay. This one says pick the right word. Read the sentence, select the correct word from the box to complete the sentence. Write the word on the line, and then reread the completed sentence and scoop into phrases. Okay, well, let's start with this. We have the word tidiness, say it, tidiness, plentiful, emptying, migrate, coziness, copied, tried, and sloppiness. Okay, so we're going to go with number 1. The dog blank to chase the fast cat. The dog tried, Tried. So you're going to go ahead and write that in for number 1. Okay, and let's scoop it. The dog tried to chase, the fast cat. Or you could have done, the dog tried to chase the fast cat. Number 2, her blank makes it difficult to grade the test. Oh, this is something I understand. This is like the opposite of tidiness, right? If it's not clean, it's sloppiness. If it's sloppy, then you can't read it. Her sloppiness makes it difficult to grade the test. Okay, just copy that spelling. Her sloppiness makes it difficult to grade the test. Number 3, you helped me by blank the trash. It's helpful if you help empty, right? You helped me by emptying the trash. Remember that Y stays because you're adding a suffix that starts with an I. You helped me by emptying the trash. Okay. Number 4, I like the blank of my desk. I like the tidiness. Okay. And then let's see, I like the tidiness of my desk. All right, I'm going to clear that so we can move on. Let's remember which 4 we have left. Coziness, copied, plentiful, and migrate. Let's scooch down. There are blank snacks in the pantry. There are plentiful, meaning there are a lot. Okay, so there are plentiful. I will write this one out now since PLENTIFUL. We changed the Y to an I before attaching FUL. Okay, and let's go ahead and scoop. There are plentiful snacks in the pantry. Okay. He blank the skills of the best singer. Well, let's clear plentiful now. Let's go up. We have copied, coziness, or migrate. I think he copied the skills of the best singer. Agreed. COPIED. Change that Y to an I before adding ED. Okay, now let's scoop it. He copied the skills of the best singer. Number 7, she loved the blank of her soft wrap. We have coziness or migrate left. I think this one is coziness, right? COZ, Z. It's not going to be ZY. We're changing that Y to an I and then attaching the suffix NESS. She loved the coziness of her soft wrap. Well, let's see here. Let's scoop it. She loved the coziness of her soft wrap. And the last one, does migrate make sense? Let's see. The ducks will migrate. Yes, that means they move, they fly in late fall. Migrate. Other animals migrate too that don't necessarily fly. So migrate just means move to a different climate so they can survive. The ducks will migrate. I kind of like that as one scoop in late fall. Very, very good. Okay, let's go on to the last page that says mark the current concept. All you have to do is underline the base word, circle the suffix. Okay, that's good. And be sure to indicate the sound of the I where a Y was dropped and changed to an I. Okay, so this one will be pretty good. Let's see. They did this one for you. Silliest, silliest. So the base word is silly. Suffix is EST. And this makes the E, long E sound as they showed up above. Okay, pretty quick marking. This word is fried. Base word is fry. Suffix is ED. And this Y was changed to an I, and it makes the long I sound. Good. This one is holiness. Holy is the base word. NESS is the suffix we're circling. And this I is making holy, E, the long E sound that time. Okay. Babied. We have the base word baby, the suffix ED, and this Y changed to an I is making the long E sound, baby. Okay. Next one, studying. Study is our base word. Ing is our suffix, and this Y is making the long E sound, stud-ing. Okay, notice that Y stayed there because you're attaching a suffix that starts with an I. Okay, funnier. Funny is the base word. ER is our suffix, and this I is making the long E sound. Okay, I'm going to clear that so we can move to the last few rows. And we have dry, drying. The Y is making the long I sound in this one, dry. Okay. Uglier, uglier. Ugly is the base word. That I is making the long E sound, ugly. Okay. Try, trying. I hope you are trying your best. Ing is the suffix, try is the base word, and Y is making the long I sound in that word. Okay, we have cozy, ness. Circle NESS, the suffix. Cozy, that I is making the long E sound. Okay, sloppier, sloppy is the base word, ER is the suffix, and that I is making the long E sound again, sloppy. Notice the difference here. When your base word is one syllable, like dry, try, the Y sounds like an I. But when it's more than one syllable, like ugly, cozy, slop, B, then it makes the long E sound. Here's the last one. Tidy-est. Tidy, that's more than one syllable. That I is making the long E sound then. Okay, very good work. Thanks for joining me this week.